Here's what you'll need to create a custom word clay bracelet. Sandtastik Modeling Clay, 1 small cup of water which is used to keep the clay moist if needed, an X-Acto knife or clay knife, a carpenter's nail at least 1/8 of an inch thick, a piece of sandpaper, acrylic paint, the colors your choice, and twine or string, the color, length, and thickness your choice. First, decide what you want your bracelet to say. One good idea would be to write your name. Another would be to write a word like peace, love, or BFF. Take the brick of Sandtastik Modeling Clay and break off a clump of clay about the size of half your palm. You can use any color of Sandtastik Modeling Clay for this, but we recommend one of the lighter colors like white, gold, or green because we will be painting the clay. It's easier for the paint to cover the lighter colors. Flatten your clump of clay with your hand so that it's 1/2 inch thick all the way through. When you flatten the clay in this way, it's called a slab of clay. If you want to make sure your clay is flattened evenly, use a rolling pin. Take your slab and cut squares in it. You're going to want 1 square for every letter of the word or name that you're going to spell. For example, the word peace has 5 letters, so we need 5 squares. The squares that you cut should be around 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch. Once cut, each square should be a cube, roughly 1/2 inch wide, 1/2 inch tall, and 1/2 inch deep. Cut a few extra cubes, just in case you make a mistake in the later steps. Using your carpenter's nail, poke 1 hole through each cube. It's a good idea to ask for an adult's help with this step. This is going to be the hole that you put your bracelet string through. Make sure the hole goes right through, and it's important to use a nail that will leave a large enough hole to fit your string through. Using the carpenter's nail again, engrave the letters of your word into the cubes of clay. Again, a good idea to ask for an adult's help with this step. You want 1 letter for each cube. It's important the holes you made in step 5 are all lined up when you're engraving your letters. The holes need to be on the sides of each block so that when you thread the string through, all the letters read in the same direction. A tip, check the holes you made in step 5 and make sure they're still there and haven't been deformed. Now let the clay air dry. It's best to leave the cubes overnight to make sure they're completely dry. Once the cubes are completely dry, you want to take your sandpaper and sand each edge gently to smooth them. This creates some clay dust, so it might be a good idea to sand them over a sheet of newspaper. Make sure the excess dust is removed from each cube, then paint each cube any way you want it. Be creative. Once the paint is completely dry, it's time to thread your string through each cube. For our example, we use twine to give it a more natural look, but you can use whatever you'd like. To keep the cubes in place, tie 2 knots. You can see an example of where the knots are located in the Step 10 photo. Attach the bracelet to your wrist, and it's ready to wear.